What's going on, YouTube? It's ya boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with ya boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. It is Friday, man. We made it to the end of the week, and most of y'all, if you're Props Made Easy active members, which you should be, are making some serious money this week once again. All right, especially with baseball. Like a lot of people take breaks during baseball. Baseball is my shit. Baseball is like NBA season. It's like you've got so many plays every single day. I absolutely love it. And when you're able to take the advantage of the top EV at all times, you're able to really cash in on this shit. So once again, your boy is here to go over the best EV options that we have across the industry. Get y'all on the right track, man. But as always, you got to be a PropsMadeEasy.com member. PropsMadeEasy.com is where you can have access to these tools that I'm utilizing on the screen here, to the filter options that you have available to you to help you make these decisions. Again, there's a few things that make Props Made Easy a better option than other options, right? Now, Plus EV, these EV spots are going to be the same no matter where you look, okay? Because it's taking data from the industry and comparing it to the odds you're getting at the book in question. Right, so the EV data is no difference, okay? The EV data has no change. There's no difference there. Remember, Props Made Easy is $20 a month. So if you want EV data, which by the way, you're not getting EV data for $20 a month anywhere. Anywhere. No EV data anywhere for $20 a month unless you're a Props Made Easy member. That's where you could get it at. But the difference is, and what helps Props Made Easy stick out, is how it's built for every type of bettor. You've got pro bettors who can utilize Props Made Easy. You have rookie bettors who are just starting out who can easily utilize Props Made Easy. Why? Because the interface is incredibly easy. You have our filters that help you to zone in on the absolute best options and really put the absolute best options in front of you, checking certain boxes you may be looking for. Let's say you want to play high EV, but you want to do it as consistently as you want to have as many consistent wins as you can. Boom. Simple selection of sharp and safe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different ways that you can attack this thing using Props Made Easy, though, which is what sets Props Made Easy apart. But anyway, y'all already know how fire Props Made Easy is. You're already in here. So let's talk about the best plays we got for today. Let me refresh because, you know, your boy ranted just a little bit. Um, let's talk about the best options. First things first, we're going to start with Prizepicks. Let's go ahead and select what we have going on today. WNBA, PGA, MLB, right? Let's do some soccer too. Why not? And let's look at Prizepicks. At the top of Prizepicks, we have the option of Keegan Bradley, under 67.5 strokes for PGA. Under is at an 8.28 EV due to consensus odds being minus 142. Here's the issue, though. Only 3 books have Keegan Bradley's strokes options. So there's not a big consensus, which is why I don't bet a ton on PGA, solely on the fact that because I'm not getting a ton of consensus behind it. Now, you can still place these bets, no issues, especially Prizepicks people who y'all are just like looking for any type of solid EV you can find, because these DFS books are really good at adjusting pretty quickly and not giving you much EV opportunity. I understand you taking something like this for sure. Let's talk about a soccer play. Jefferson Savarino, over 1.5 shots is a 7.27 EV, minus 139 consensus on the over, but only 4 books in this. That's part of the issue here, though. Okay? Now, here's what I want to do. I want to look at sharp and safe. Wait, hold on. I want to look at high EV heat among MLB, PGA, WNBA, soccer. That's going to take PGA out because PGA only has a couple books that have options. Right, so we're going to look at the best options. We're going to get some WNBA here. We're going to get some MLB. But let's talk about the best options we have on Prizepicks right now. Sabrina Ionescu for WNBA, under 4.5 rebounds, is a 6.53 EV due to consensus odds being minus 137 among 34 books. So we have the solid over 30 sample size here. And again, this filter high EV heat is something that no other books have. This is showing you EV options that are over 5% EV only and 30 or more books baked into the consensus. Okay? There's not a single option out there where you can literally dictate your picks based off how many consensus books there are. You feel what I'm saying? That's another reason why Props Made Easy is just so amazing. And it's because the team has really come together to make this thing as simplified as we can make it. We want people who are brand new to betting to be able to understand and find the best options without really having to understand things too much. You feel what I'm saying? We want it to be as simple as we can. Like, there's a lot of data behind having success in sports betting, but we want it to be like not as difficult, like super simple, and that's what we have done here. So high EV heat is going to show you plays. Because I have that filter selected, it's going to show me the Prizepicks plays that are 5% or higher EV and 30 or more books baked in the consensus. So we know that that EV is made up of a solid core of consensus books. Alana Smith, under 5.5 rebounds, 6.46 EV percent, minus 137 consensus on the under 5.5 rebounds, 37 books baked into this. By the way, last night I hit on 5 separate props on WNBA. I placed 5 WNBA props last night and hit all 5. Straight off the top EV off the tool. That's simply all I did. I didn't do nothing special. 5% or higher EV, 30 or more consensus. That's all I did, and I swept every single one of them. All right? Again, will there be days where I play the 5 best options for WNBA or MLB and not hit them all? Absolutely. This is sports betting, right? But when you're playing EV, you're playing something using a mathematical edge so that over time you will be successful. It's not a question of if you'll be successful, it's when. You will be. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to stay consistent, okay? Noah Cameron for MLB, over 3.5 strikeouts. Again, if you're curious what a player's sport is, you can see it right there as well, by the way. Noah Cameron, over 3.5 strikeouts on Prizepicks at a 5.79 EV due to consensus odds being minus 135 among 59 books. So again, this is the type of play we're looking for, man. We're looking for plays where you have solid EV built out of multiple sports books. Many sports books. Why? Because the more sports books you have, the more true idea you have, the more true representation you have of where a play is. So Noah Cameron's over 3.5 strikeouts, solid spot for him. Alicia Gray, under 4.5 rebounds at a 5.28 EV, minus 133 consensus among 33 books there for Alicia Gray for WNBA. Landon Roop, over 4.5 hits allowed at a 5.21 EV, 38 books make up a minus 133 consensus, giving it the 5.21. And then last but not least, when it comes to high EV heat options available on Prizepicks right now among WNBA and MLB, we have Jake Irvin, over 4.5 strikeouts at a 5.13 EV, minus 133 consensus among 59 books. So solid spots all throughout here. I want to make sure I make that known. Let me go ahead and drop a like on all these. These are the type of plays you guys want to play, man. All right? If you don't have any sharp and safe, which is my #1 go-to, then high EV heat is the next best. All right? Let's open it up. Let's open up those floodgates, baby, and let's see where that value is. All right, so I'm going to go sharp and safe. All right. Again, also, like if you're in the bankroll, like for DFS sites, just go ahead and use high EV heat. You don't have to use sharp and safe. Just go ahead and use a lot of high EV heat because you're not going to get a ton of sharp and safe options on Prizepicks or on Underdog or on Betr and all those sites, right? Now, once you've leveled up and grown that bankroll to the point where you can start, you know, really taking advantage of more EV and you're playing straight bets on regular books and you've advanced to that level and you're not playing DFS books anymore, 6-mans over there anymore, and you've upgraded, then you go to high EV heat and you can start playing the absolute best options and taking a little bit more risk by playing a plus 109 option that's huge EV because you can handle more losses throughout a month to get that more profit that you're going to get playing at EV this high. You feel what I'm saying? But for the sake of the videos and for consistency, I'm going to go with Sharp and Safe filter, my absolute favorite filter, as you guys know, for consistency and EV. Again, this is what sticks out props made easy, these type of filters. This filter is going to show you plays that are already favored at minus 120 or higher, meaning they already have a favored implied probability to happen the way that PME pick is showing. They already are favored to happen that way based off of the odds on that book. Then, comparing to the consensus odds among the industry, which has to be 30 or more books, it's creating an EV of 5% or higher, EV of 5% or higher. So, minus 120 or higher already favored, 30 or more books baked in the consensus, all right? So, and 5, like, it's just perfect. It's just perfect, all right? These are the perfect plays for consistency and EV. Like, this is what it's all about, all right? DJ LeMahieu over 0.5 hits is minus 133 on ProfitX, 9.43 EV percent, minus 166 of the consensus odds among 34 books. Again, do y'all understand the amount of data that goes into these sportsbooks lines? Like these sportsbook lines take every bit of data you can imagine, which is why I tell you, if you are a Props Made Easy member, you don't need to worry about how a player's last 5, last 10, last season is. We give you the ability to look at it because some people like to look at it nonetheless. Whether it matters or not, people like to look at it, so we gave you that ability, right? But all of these sports books that make up this minus 166 have every piece of data in mind, making it a minus 166. So that's why I tell y'all it's as simple as taking the top EV, not letting your bias get the best of you and take you off plays, and whether you win or lose, you continue playing the top EV consistently. That's how you end up in success. If you play a little bit of EV and you don't see success right away and you switch the process and you start going back to other, you will never be profitable. You have to stick to the plus EV way and stay consistent. You can see members firsthand in the Sharp Society page at Props Made Easy, which you get access to, by the way. When you're a Props Made Easy member, you can see people firsthand learning and developing as time has gone on. Like going from people not really understanding EV to all of a sudden now all you see is them winning straight bets, high EV. Like they've learned in the Sharp Society as time has gone on, and now they're having a ton of sports betting success. And they're understanding that lost days don't mean anything, and they do the exact same strategy the next day. That is what separates winners from losers. And I repeat this in the videos and I go on my little talks and stuff because I'm also here to help y'all, man. I'm like, again, I'm like the family, your family member trying to put you on the right track. And I'm going to keep pushing that until you are on the right track. Plain and simple. Noah Cameron over 5.5 hits allowed on Profit X is already favored at minus 121. So again, higher implied probability is higher that he hits the over than the under. Okay? 9.39 EV percent. Consensus odds are minus 150 damn near out of 36 books. So again, this checks every box we're looking for a sharp and safe play. It's 5% or higher EV. 36 books make up a solid consensus, making it that EV, and it's already favored to happen at minus 121. Kyle Schwarber under 1.5 bases is heavily favored at minus 146 on Profit X. 9.01 EV percent, minus 183 is the consensus among 42 books, making it a 9.01 EV. This consensus odds right here, this number, minus 183, is what makes up the 9.01 EV when comparing this to this. That's what makes it the EV what it is. Okay, you're grabbing something at a better value. Again, you're just buying something at a better deal than it is anywhere else. That's what you're doing. Okay, so grab that on Profit X under 1.5 bases at minus 146 because the price is minus 183 everywhere else. Simple as that. All right, DJ LeMahieu. You know what? Let me like these as I go through these top options. These are great. All right, DJ LeMahieu's over hits is minus 136 on Novig. But guess what? Props Made Easy members, y'all should have already got it up here at minus 133. That's a better payout than that will be. They're both solid EV due to consensus being over minus 166. But nonetheless, we're getting it at Profit X where it's 9.43 EV, better payout compared to this 8.4 EV over on Novig. That's the benefit of Props Made Easy. It's showing you the exact place where you need to take this play. And a lot of peer-to-peer books are going to pop here. That's why I keep telling y'all, Novig and Profit X, y'all. Straight bet on Novig and Profit X. Luke Rayleigh over 0.5 hits at minus 126 on Novig. Already implied probability to happen on the over. 8.15 EV percent, minus 151 consensus among 38 books. Great spot there for Luke Rayleigh as well. Luke Rayleigh's hits is also available on Profit X for the same odds, so you can grab either one. Kyle Schwarber's under 1.5 bases is minus 149 on Novig, but guess what? We already grabbed it at minus 146 on Profit X at 9.01 EV. But if you only have Novig, you can also grab that. David Peterson, under 2.5 earned runs is minus 134 on Novig, 8.01 EV, minus 162 consensus among 32 books, making that also a fantastic option. So again, it's super easy. You select right here. You can select only the books that you have access to. Let's say you only have access to Prizepicks, DraftKings, and FanDuel. You just select those three. You don't have to select all these. Just unselect and then select those three. All right? And then click update. And then you will only see the plays. My bad, y'all. Then you will only see the plays that you could play. All right? That was my grandma. I got to hurry through this video and talk to my grandma real quick. Anyway, let's check out the Game Center. All right, select all. Boom. Let's do, when it comes to what we're looking, WNBA. Let's check WNBA, MLB. Why not? Let's check soccer, too. We got all books selected. And let's do sharp and safe to start things out. And then we'll go from there. Okay, looking at the sharp and safe options. The first option we're going to talk about is FC This is for, yeah, no, I don't know. What's up with that date? That is not for today. Look at that. What is going on there? I have to have the team look at soccer and see why it's showing 618. That's a little glitch. Anyway, let's take soccer off here right now, and we'll get that fixed. Anyway, looking at the sharp and safe options for today. Again, what is the criteria to make a play sharp and safe? And again, sharp and safe plays are going to be plays that are going to be the most consistent possible plays while still playing 5% or higher EV. You're not taking the risky high EV. You're taking the more consistent high EV, right? Baltimore Orioles over 3.5 team total is -125 on Fanatics. It's -143 among 76 books that make this a 5.97 EV. Great spot on the Orioles over 3.5 team total. Indiana Fever. First half money line is -125 on DraftKings. They are -141 for their first half money line among 59 other books, making it a 5.3. Last but not least, Miami Marlins plus 1.5 run line is -122 on Circa, yet it's -137 among 109 books, making this a 5.19. Again, these are all fantastic options. They are 30 or more books baked in the consensus. Matter of fact, all of them are near double 30, okay? Making it a 5 or higher EV, and they're already favored. So they already have, based off just where you're grabbing them, they already have higher implied probability to happen. Right? And then the EVs over 5% and the 30 or more books. And it's just, these are all three amazing options. These are going to be your best bets right now. Home run prediction tool. Let's check it out. Over on the home run prediction tool, y'all know how I like to do this. First of all, let's keep it at consensus and let's do odds. So we can see the players with the highest odds to hit home runs today. At the top of the list, it's Aaron Judge at plus 180 consensus odds. All right? Aaron Judge is the most likely to hit a home run today at plus 180 consensus odds. He is a nuke zone with a 12.79 home run score. Next up, we have Rafael Devers against Savali. Green light at plus 190 consensus odds. Then we have Cal Riley. Cal Riley's home run score is dipped a little bit here in this toughest matchup against Eovaldi due to the data behind the scenes, making him just in the coin flip tier. All right? Matt Olson, nuke zone, plus 233 consensus is a fantastic option. Any of these options that are like, so Aaron Judge and Matt Olson would be an amazing two-man home run call today because they're two of the top 4 likely players to hit home runs, and they're both in the nuke zone. Let's go to FanDuel. Let's say you're making a slip for FanDuel, right? Let's say you're making a slip for FanDuel, and you want to see the FanDuel options with the Vegas edge. Actually, let's just go home run score. And let's only look at the Let's look at the players with the highest home run scores, and that also have a positive Vegas edge. So Ronald Acuna is at the top due to having the highest nuke zone score, home run score of the day based on matchup. He's plus 290 on FanDuel, giving him a 3.84 Vegas edge. So not only is he in a nuke zone, but he's a positive Vegas edge. Matt Olson also has good home run odds, but, I mean, I don't pair 2 players from the same team in a home run parlay if you are doing that. Austin Riley's probably the best option due to his Vegas edge. All 3 of these Atlanta options are in the nuke zone. Austin Riley's just the best Vegas edge based off the odds you're getting at FanDuel at plus 350. All right, Mike Trout, you're getting at plus 285 on FanDuel compared to consensus odds, gives him a positive 9.95 Vegas edge. So some amazing different options. We talked about different options and why they're amazing options. Again, utilize the tools at Props Made Easy. They're super simple to utilize, only $20 a month. I mean, you can't beat it. You cannot beat the data you get from Props Made Easy. The only excuse for you not to use Props Made Easy is if you don't know about Props Made Easy, you don't know it exists, because we don't do a ton of marketing like these other people either. The growth of Props Made Easy has came from word of mouth, from people smashing with it. Literally, from people having success and just telling friends and family or shouting it out on social media. That's how we've grown. You feel what I'm saying? We don't do a ton of marketing. We're not all on commercials and all over IG and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And again, some people are in this industry paying $50 or more to get the same data they could get for $20 because they don't even know about Props Made Easy yet. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I say that with having over 23,000 active members at Props Made Easy, but to be real with you, 23,000 is not a ton based off the broad spectrum of how many bettors there are. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who bet daily. So 23,000 is a small number comparative to where we could be, where we should be, if people even knew about Props Made Easy. So make sure y'all tell everybody you know, lock in with Props Made Easy, because you're giving them the best shot of success, because they're not using a ton of their bankroll on the tools themselves at only $20. And they're getting EV data that they can't get anywhere else unless they pay $50 or more dollars. Some places are over $100 a month to get plus EV. So take advantage. Thank y'all for joining me as always. Y'all have an amazing weekend. I'll see y'all on tomorrow's video, though. Happy Friday. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.